The child who escaped the world's most dangerous prisons. In a world where danger lurks around every corner, where even the most hardened criminals tremble, there exists a prison unlike any other. A place so terrifying that even the toughest men lose their resolve the moment they set foot inside. But within these walls, one child, one single soul, stood out, not for his innocence, but for something much darker. High security gates, armed guards, barbed wire fences. This is the story of a child whose cruelty surpassed all expectations, whose cunning mind and ruthless actions turned the world's most dangerous prison into nothing more than a cage he would eventually escape from. Cut to a young boy, no older than 12, sitting in a cold, damp cell. His eyes are cold, calculating. At the age of just 12, this child entered the prison, not for a petty crime, but for something far more sinister. He was not like the others. While most children his age would have crumbled under the weight of isolation, he thrived on it. His mind, sharper than a blade, and his heart, colder than ice, were his greatest weapons. The child executing his plan step by step, befriending the right people, observing the guards' patterns, finding weaknesses. His plan was simple yet brilliant. He knew that within the chaos of this fortress, there were cracks that could be exploited. The guards, the system, even the other prisoners, all of them had weaknesses, and one by one, he identified them. A guard distracted, the child sneaks past him. Through manipulation, deception, and a ruthless understanding of human nature, the child formed alliances, not out of kindness, but out of pure survival instinct. He knew he couldn't do it alone, but with his unrelenting cruelty and strategic brilliance, he turned his allies into mere pawns in his game. The night of the escape, the child stealthily moves through the prison corridors. The night of his escape was nothing short of legendary. Using the knowledge he'd gained from weeks of careful observation, the boy maneuvered through the maze-like halls with precision. The guards were none the wiser, too caught up in their routines, their sense of security blinding them to the real threat lurking in the shadows. The final moments as the child approaches the last barrier, a towering gate, and then, after years of confinement, after outsmarting and outlasting everyone, the child reached the last barrier, the towering iron gates that were meant to keep even the fiercest criminals locked away forever. But for him, they were nothing more than another obstacle to overcome. The gate opens, and the child walks into freedom, a smirk on his face. As dawn broke over the horizon, the child stood outside the gates of the world's most dangerous prison, free at last. His escape was more than just a physical feat. It was a triumph of mind over matter, cruelty over compassion, and darkness over light. Some stories are too dangerous to tell. This one is no exception. Suspenseful music fades. But the question remains, how long can freedom last when you've made enemies of the most dangerous people in the world? This script would be perfect for a YouTube documentary-style video, combining narration with dramatic visuals and suspenseful music to enhance the story's intensity. This version focuses even more on the psychological strategy of the child, emphasizing how his mind and patience helped him navigate a seemingly impossible situation. This script would keep viewers on the edge of their seats, creating a sense of mystery and excitement around the child's intelligence and a terror in the darkest corners of the world, where hope is a distant memory and survival is the only instinct. There lies a prison that even the hardest criminals dread, a place known for its unforgiving conditions, where even the most dangerous men are broken. But no one could have predicted that it would be a child, a mere boy, who would defy the odds and escape from its iron grip. But amidst these walls, there was one child, a boy whose name would become a symbol of fear and respect throughout the prison. His story wasn't one of weakness, it was one of unparalleled cunning and chilling ambition. Unlike the others, he didn't waste his energy on petty fights or futile escape attempts. He was patient, observant. He studied the guards, the prison routines, and most importantly, the hidden weaknesses in the system that no one else dared to challenge. As the months passed, the boy slowly gathered information piece by piece. He learned about hidden passages, unlocked doors, and the guards' schedules. He had a mind like no other, and he knew that his escape wouldn't come from brute strength. It would come from intelligence and ruthless planning. Every movement he made was part of a larger plan. At night, he would sneak around, testing locks, marking escape routes, and memorizing every detail. No one suspected a thing. The other inmates underestimate